And as I remember the story you telling me many years ago, this came about because, first of all, playing with your thumb rather than a pick was quieter.
Yeah.
Motivation is that feeling you've got in your gut when you actually need to do something and you just can't skip it, right? That's real motivation. It's not intelligence what drives us around. It's motivation. You can have a very dumb person who's done incredible things out of motivation. If motivation is the answer, the problem lies in where to find motivation. The real problem with motivation is it lies in one of the hardest places to look, within. Okay, so what is the motivation I'm talking about? The motivation I am talking about. I'm talking about that motivation you get when you have something to do, but it's not really necessary. So for example, you have to do a paperwork that is not completely necessary, or it's something like it can be postponed. So you just hit the snooze button and the snooze button and the snooze button, and this keeps going on for days and days and weeks, and it turns out that this deadline that wasn't so important, it turns out to be really important. So this motivation I'm talking about is that feeling you get when you just have to do something, you want to do something, but this something is not so important and it might not affect your life. Where to find that activation energy that takes you from sitting in your couch doing nothing and go to do what you have to do? Is that the feeling, is that feeling of really needing something? How do you convince your brain that it's more important to wake up at 6 in the morning than just don't do anything in a day? That's the activation energy. I am really late.
That it's aerodynamically impossible for the bumper to fly. But the bee, not knowing this,
This is the drinking water project I've been working on lately. So how does this work? These people have this tank, right? This tank has 3 different little tanks within. Like one here, and another big one here. And they take the water from here, right? This is a sort of lagoon that comes from the river that is downhill over there, right? So this is the lagoon, this is the tank, and that little roof over there, that is the house. The problem is that this tank works for nothing. It's like just there, right? So the water goes in to the first, then the second, then the third, and basically like nothing happens. It just goes through there. What I am doing right now is designing this system that will make this water drinkable, because it's not drinkable. So there's a lot of tests going on, so I do have to test the water. I do have to test how do they have the water right now. I don't have the laboratory right now available, but I am working on it. And the other part of the project is that tank over there. That is the other tank. That is the second tank. That tank provides water to that house, and that little house over there is barely we're gonna be helped by them, because we are really spoiled city kids who are completely unable of doing it like by ourselves. To build another tank, it's like gonna be around here perhaps, or well, we haven't designed it yet because we don't have the laboratory available. But as soon as we have it, we might do it. Colombia has been in one of the worst droughts in 10 years approximately. It's been really tough, and I think finally today is gonna rain. Hopefully the sky is really cloudy, but I mean, we gotta see that. Where to find motivation is one of the hardest things, but I think is the most rewarding one. Once Casey Neistat said that there is the only way for you to get motivation is to start doing something. The problem is that there is a little gap between that moment in which you are not doing something and then in the one you are doing something. So like say it's struggling to that feeling of not doing anything and being unwilling of doing something. That is a real problem when you're trying to find motivation. I think that's the end of the blog today. I was working really hard in the drinking water project I just showed you. I mean, we were really helped by those really nice guys who, I mean, had the stuff for us, like almost all of it. And yes, I am really hungry right now. Also really happy because the results were, I mean, better than expected. But yes, that's the end of the blog of this week. I hope you like it. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, check my other videos and give me a thumbs up, and keep in touch. I upload a video every week.